Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Chelmsford Forum for the new season. Wipe out the records. We start all over again. It's tournament time. St. Mary's. Normally, this would be in the tournament, you lose, you're out, but this is a little bit different. They're playing what is called a play-in game. They pick 10 teams, but they knock it down to 8, which is the Super 8 double elimination tournament they run other than the rest of Division 1, 2, and 3. And 7, 8, 9, and 10 play off against each other to get into the final 8. So normally, St. Mary's, if they lose, they're not eliminated. Reddy trying to throw it across. It got blocked by Hurley. So if St. Mary's loses, or if St. John's of Shrewsbury loses, they would be the Division 1 team in the north, and they call offside. St. Mary's is the number 9 seed. St. John's of Shrewsbury, the number 8 team. Number 7 and number 10, St. Francis and Arlington played before this. Arlington was a loser. So they'll be number 1 in the south. Tipped and knocked away. It's nice to see Corey Olet out there. Last time we saw him, he was stretched out in a corner at Connery. We were wondering if he was going to get up or not. Picked off in front, and that's David Kinney. Marabito with a rush, tipped off his stick by Di Gregorio. And St. John's and Shrewsbury coming back the other way. Long lead pass, gets by everybody. Kyle Ouellette tips it away. Short on net, had to make a save. Michael Ailes with a tough shot, right around the shoulder off Kevin McMullen. Moriello rolls it. St. John's and Shrewsbury will clear it out. Kyle Ouellette to Corey Ouellette. Kept in, now skated away by Carpenter. 1-on-2. Knocked off his stick. Getting it back is Capola. All the way around the other side. Ouellette keeps it in. All the way around the net again. Carpenter from behind the net. As it tipped off his stick. They clear it in the zone. Icing against St. John's Shrewsbury. Didn't get to the red line. Corey Splain in net for St. John's. Kevin McMullen in net for St. Mary's. Just kept in by Kinney. Kinney is an 8th grader, and he starts on defense for a Division 1 school. Reddy got taken down. The shot went over the net. They'll change up quickly, St. Mary's. Broken up nicely by Scally. St. John's of Shrewsbury takes it away. Trying to walk in. They push him to the corner. The shot went off the side of the net. Kept in by St. John's. Pad save off a tough shot from Jack Hurley. McMullen's got tested on a couple. Now tested again. That one by Horrigan. 3 very nice saves. And they can't get out of their own end, walking in. McMullen makes the save and holds on. They took it away and they walked in. Nick Palermo got it from Horrigan, and McMullen has been tested very early. They send it around, all the way around. Capola trying to knock it out. Carpenter does. Broken up by St. John's. Capola carries it in. Dumps it to the corner. Tagliozzi trying to get it taken away. St. John's. Deep pass. And St. Mary's taken down. That should be a penalty. I think they called offside. It should have been a penalty. Timothy Fowley just laid on top of a St. Mary's player and just stayed on top. The only thing they called was offside. So they're going to let a little bit go here, I think. Knocked out by Liam Locke. Out there with Kinney. Bono throws it in the zone, ready, looking to go get it. Napolitano knocks it loose. Tip it ahead. St. John's over the line. The shot, glove, save. McMullen might have missed the net. Wide left, but McMullen wanted to make sure. So everything going St. John's Shrewsbury way right now. McMullen holding the fort for St. Mary's. One game separating these two. St. Mary's 12-6-4. St. John's of Shrewsbury 13-6-3. Bono drops it back. Marabito, it was Cash that dropped it back. Marabito couldn't get the shot off. It rolled off the stick of Palermo into McMullen. He grabbed it with the stick and held on. And we'll have another face-off in the St. Mary's zone. To the left of Kevin McMullen. One of the few seniors on this St. Mary's team. They fan on the shot. Garabito trying to dig it out. Ouellette. Hey guys, can you want that 1 row so I can see that goal? Just 1 row. 1 row. I can see it. Thank you. This is going to be icing against St. John. You're fine. You're fine. I just want to see that thing. Shot by Capola. Pad save. Carpenter was just about to line it up. And knocking it away was Di Gregorio. Right off the faceoff, they get their first shot. And it was Splain making the save. Kinney will track it down. They send it around, looking at Magliozzi. Knocked away, shot goes wide. Trying to throw it in front, it got blocked and skated away by Kyle Ouellette. Broken up nicely on a poke check by Ailes. And now Bono checks it and takes it away. Reddy trying to knock it loose. Kyle Ouellette. Taloje knocks it ahead. Winds up in the zone with Bono. He gets ridden off the play by Wild. Bono gets it back. Takes a shot. It went off a skate and deflected out rather than in. Bono takes a shot. We got a penalty coming up against St. John's. Reddy was in front of the net looking to tip that wide, or tip it in, and the shot went wide. And before he could go get it, he got taken down. Di Gregorio took him down. So St. Mary's will have a power play. Magliozzi, Carpenter, and Marabito are out there for the time being. Moriello moves back to the blue line. They'll change up quickly. Bono and Reddy and Napolitano was just out on the ice, so they have to get a little bit of a breather. Moriello couldn't handle the pass. And again, penalties this year are 2 minutes. Alouette hustling. Leaves it for Moriello as he gets a big check. They get it ahead to Marabito. Over the line, kicks it behind the net, looking to go get it. Trying to make a play out in front, and it gets taken away. Hustling is Moriello to keep it in. They couldn't clear it. St. Mary's skater is down. That clearing pass went off him, and he felt that. He went down, he stayed down, and that's Marabito. Hopefully, he took it in the midsection and lost his wind, and that's all that's happened. Faceoff is going to be outside the St. John's blue line. 1:03 left on the penalty. Napolitano, Reddy, and Bono back out there. Bono carries it over the line. Reddy with it. From behind the net. Back to the point, back to Bono playing the point. Takes the shot, it got tipped. Might have got tipped by Ouellette. Bono walking in, takes the shot. Save, Splain again, 2 big bids. Another bid by Bono goes over the net. 2 big time shots by Bono. To the net, deflected away, and it'll be cleared away by Di Gregorio. Ouellette winds up with it. Penalty just about over. Long lead pass, walking in, back to Reddy. Blasted it, missed the net. Nice pass from Napolitano to Reddy. The penalty is up. Blocked out in front and never got anywhere near. They had somebody hanging down. The score! Palermo drilled it high. They had Dylan Wild coming out of the penalty box. He was down ice. They tried to get it to him. He threw it across. And Nick Palermo fired it over the shoulder, under the top crossbar, inside the far post. And with just over 6 minutes left, St. John's and Shrewsbury gets on the board. They've been testing McMullen all through this period. Wild gets an assist. Cash dumps it out. Marabito, good to see him out there. Ridden off the play. Gets it back, stays with it, trying to throw it in front. They try to find Cash out in front. It got deflected away. And I don't know what they're calling a hand pass, but they're going to have a face-off back in the St. John's end. .532 left in this period. Bono, another snap, and another big save by Splain. Bono's had a lot of chances. He's really tested Splain. Loose puck. St. Mary's comes away with it, Reddy. Knocks it back behind the net. Napolitano taken down. No call. Napolitano comes away with it. Trying to throw it in front. Bono couldn't collect it in his stick. Bono takes it away, keeps it in the zone. Reddy's shot, missed the net. Bono setting it up a scoring opportunity again. And here's Reddy with it. Blocked and knocked off his stick all the way back. Ailes got a piece of it, knocked it the length of the ice. This is going to be too far. This is going to be icing against St. Mary's. 4:24 left in the period, 1-0 St. John's. As we mentioned, the elite tournament is the Super 8. Central Catholic is up top with only one loss. And they're playing both games tonight. Coppola shot went wide, and Magliozzi couldn't get a stick on it, coming down dead center. And we got a whistle. Faceoff is going to come to the left of Splain. So the winner of this is not eliminated. They go into, the winner will become, I don't know if they become the bottom seed. They'll either be number 8 or number 7. I believe it'll be number 8. And that'll be in that double elimination tournament. The loser will be the number 1 seed in Division 1. St. Mary's was the Division 1 champion last year. This year they're doing this with a lot of young kids. We mentioned Kinney back on defense, an 8th grader. Carpenter, one of the centers, is a freshman. Locke was out there for a couple of shifts. He's a freshman. You drop it back, Kinney keeps it in. And it winds up over the glass, into the netting, out of play. And we'll have a face-off outside the St. John's blue line. They try to tip it in, now they tip it in. They threw it out in front. Foley got a tip at it. McMullen made the initial save, and the puck laid there, and all he had to do was tip it into the open net. McMullen had a great save on the first one, had no chance on the second one. And St. John's jumps out to a 2-0 lead. Wild got his second assist, and Isles got an assist as well. I didn't need to give any assist since McMullen made the initial save. So Mary's would love to get one back before the end of the period. Willett drills it. They're calling a high stick. I don't the puck, I don't even think, Splain didn't even know he caught it. Splain caught the puck. Willett drilled it. And they called a high stick on St. Mary's. And they'll bring the faceoff back in the St. Mary's zone. They set Willett up perfectly, just at the top, dead center between the two faceoff circles. Good hard shot. Splain made a big-time save. Broken up. Coming back. Takes the shot. McMullen made the pass save, and he looked behind him. He wanted to see where the puck went. Palermo drilled it, looking for his second goal. McMullen made the save. It was between his pads. He didn't know where it was. He looked behind him to see if it might have gone in. The faceoff to the left. Tipped away. They take a shot. It popped in the air off the stick again of Palermo. He's been busy getting shots on net. It popped up. McMillan just grabbed it before somebody stuck a stick in and try and tip it. Another quick shot. This one by Elias. McMullen again, quick with the glove. Back again, another shot, this time deflected to the corner. Kenny trying to clear it. Ramirez will skate it out. Cash broke it up. Marabito carried it in, but Cash was already in. So we'll get an offside. One tick under 2 minutes left in the period. Loose. Paulette skates it in, walking around, trying to walk in, just got tipped off his stick. That's Kyle, he's only a freshman. And it's Coriola, excuse me. Kyle is a junior. Shot, tip, but tip wide. Big time shot by Coriolet. It got tipped by Cash and it just went wide. That would have been huge. They dump it out. Icing against St. John's. Good shot from the point by Coriolet. Cash was one of the few seniors on the St. Mary's team. Tipped it and tipped it wide. Shot, pad, save, another Bono blast. Splain has had to really work to keep Bono off the board. Napolitano battling. Bono winds up with it from a tough angle near the side of the net. They skated out. Back checking from behind. Napolitano took it away. Reddy knocked it loose, but pushed it too far. They try to give it back, and he passed it, didn't connect. Coriolet did a nice job, reached up, got a glove on it, knocked the puck down, carried it to the zone, but there were still a couple of people that hadn't left the zone yet. So the faceoff will be outside the St. John's blue line. 33 seconds left in the period, a big one for St. John's. St. Mary's dumps it in. Broken up again. Dumped out to center ice. St. John's dumps it in. Period winding down. Tipped ahead. Trying to walk in, the shot. Nice bid by Moriello. I think Splain got a piece of it. And the buzzer will sound. So a good first period by St. John's. Dylan Wild got a couple of assists. The goals by Nick Palermo and Timothy Foley. And at the end of one, St. John's leads St. Mary's 2-0. Good luck, but I'm St. Mary's tonight. Good luck the rest of the way. We're underway. I was just talking to Coach Roach. You might have heard me. She's the women's coach, Peavy. She's a former assistant coach at St. Mary's. She's a former player at St. Mary's that won a state championship. She's now coaching Peabody, and she's coming in Wednesday night in the tournament. Her team, for the second straight year, made the tournament. And she's going to be playing against St. Mary's girls. So a tough opener in the tournament for her, but she's happy to be in the tournament. She's done a terrific job with the Peabody team. With a rush. Shot. It got tipped wide. Marabito with the shot. Cash tried to get a stick on it, and it went wide. St. Mary's has had chances. Splain has been tough. Kinney winding up behind his own net. Loses it. Now sends it around the other side. Cash. Back to Kinney behind the net. Swinging around to Marabito. Dumps it in. Deflects. Splain saw Coriolet veering down on him. And he reached out. It was wide, but he reached out and grabbed it and held on for a faceoff. And it'll be to his left in the St. John's end. Just over 2 minutes into the period. St. Mary's needs a goal to get back in it. They trail by 2. Magliozzi sends it all the way around the other side. Nice job of keeping it in by Kaloje. Johns winds up with it. Shot went way wide. And shot went wide again. From behind the net trying to make a play. Back to the point. From one side to the other. They try to go back door and it got deflected. Hurley with a nice pass. And that's going to be a stick over the shoulder, but now they call it off because St. John's has the puck. Hurley tried to go back door to Clark. And St. Mary's got a stick on it and knocked it away. Tipped in, good hard work by Coppola. Broken up by Napolitano. Scally gets in a little to-do with Elias. They both went down. Lead pass off the stick, collecting ready. Bono was lining up the shot and he lost control of the puck. Swing around, trying to throw it in front. They got picked off. Skinned away by Palermo. Big time check. That's that 8th grader, Kinney. He just took Palermo. Upended Palermo. Palermo's a senior and he got sent skyrocketing by the 8th grader, Davis Kinney. He's had an outstanding year for St. Mary's. They didn't bring him along slow. They put him right into the fire. They dump it ahead. They go get it, try to throw it across. They threw it behind the intended receiver. They had what they wanted, but Wiles' pass went behind Myers. McMullen has to make the save. Myers walked right in. A break. Tried to flip it across. The pass was behind Cash and he couldn't get a stick on it. 1-on-1, they lost it. Wild gets it back. Trying to throw it in front, deflected. Pad saved by McMullen. Off Di Gregorio. Carpenter Gets bumped hard off the play. He's only a freshman. Back to the point. They misfired. Marabito walking in. Short. Nice bid. Good bid by Damon Marabito. The little flip. Splain had to make a big time save again. He's been very, very good. A lot of big hitting going on. Kept in by Kinney. Shot, drilled it right on net, and Splain had to make the save. Skips past. Kept in again by Kinney. Scally keeps it in. They dump it out. Icing waved off. And we got an offside. Yo. Yo. That's good. Shot! A blister again by Palermo. McMullen had to make a big time save. Deflected out. Ready backtracking. Gets it to Napolitano. Over the line. Still with it. Knocked off his stick. Ready will track it down. Napolitano looking for it. Ready and Napolitano is ready digging it out. Ouellette shot. Look! Missing the open net. Napolitano came around. Ouellette blistered it. Splain made the save. It popped loose. The net was open. Napolitano came around and couldn't get a lot of stick on it. And he just knocked it wide. He had an open net if he could get a little more stick on it. All the way back to the St. John's end. They dump it in. St. Mary's trying to clean it out. Wild tried to pass it to Foley in front. Knocked it wide. They got a piece of the stick of Wild, and he couldn't get the shot off. They can't clear it, St. Mary's. Now they finally do. Cash looking for it. Bodies go down. It winds up. Wild looking for a break, trying to walk in. We got a penalty coming up against St. Mary's. Wild assisted on the first two goals. He was loose. He was a half a step ahead. He walked in. He didn't have time to deke. He had two players, one on each side. He just had to try and poke it by and couldn't, but they draw the first penalty against St. Mary's. Ouellette will go to the box. Kyle Ouellette. Scally and Corey Ouellette will be out, along with Bono and Reddy. Tipped into the zone. I'm not sure what they were calling there. I didn't see any offside. I didn't see any stick above the head. I didn't see any hand pass either. But the face-off is coming up outside St. John's blue line. They carry it in. Shot. McMullen made the save. Another big time shot, this one by Griffin Burns. Couldn't handle it. Wild winds up with it. Shot deflected. McMullen makes the save and he makes another one. They tipped the shot. McMullen made another big time save and then they tipped it again. He made another big time save and grabbed it. Back to back off Griffin Burns. Kinney trying to knock it out. St. John's keeps it in. Wild trying to get the shot off, broken up. Wild with it, tipped it behind the net. Back to Wild, trying to throw it in front, deflected away. Nice defense by Kinney. Kinney couldn't tie it up. Marabito couldn't clear it out. A blister of a shot. McMullen got a piece of it. I don't know how. Another shot, missed the net. That one goes up over everything, out of play. 29 seconds left in the man advantage. St. John's of Shrewsbury leading it 2-0. The face-off to the right of McMullen. I would think they were going to kick both of them out of there. Now they drop it. St. John's controls. Shot. McMullen got a good look at it, grabbed it and held on. Actually, it went out of, I thought he grabbed it. It went out of play. So they're going to move the faceoff outside St. Mary's blue line. They dump it in. Kyler can't clear it. Penalty winding down. Trying to come out from behind the net. Back to the point. Shot off the skate of Scally, and then Scally went over and got a piece of the shot. Scally got a skate on it, and it went right on the stick of Myers as he drilled it. Scally went over and got a piece of it and knocked it away. .508 left in the second period. Penalty is up. Teams are back at equal strength. St. Mary's passed it. It went off Moriello. We didn't know it. St. John's almost wound up with a scoring opportunity. Scally over the line. Shot, pad saved by Splain. Coriolet. They took the stick away from Palermo. He threw his arms out saying, "What? Is there no call?" Shot, saved. They put it right on net. Marabito with a big-time shot. And Splain with a big-time save. Flashed the glove and made the save. That was in the net. Sean sends it around. Wild looking for it. Trying to dump it out. It's dumped in by Foley. Kinney over the line. Just had it knocked off his stick as he looked like he was going to line up a shot. Wild Lobs it way up in the air, looking for a break. They were trying to send Fowley in. He almost got in there. Just got broken up at the net. McMullen makes the save. Wild trying to throw it in front, blocked by Kinney. They get it back. They knocked that one up in the sheets. And that'll bring the face-off outside the St. Mary's blue line. That pass went down ice looking for Fowley breaking. And he almost got there. It was a step. There was a crowd at the net as he got there. And it broke it up. Napolitano pass just a tad too far ahead for Reddy. They kept it in. Tried to hit Reddy with the pass and couldn't. St. John's will skate it out. Tipped away nicely by Kaloje. They tip it ahead to Reddy. Lead pass, they call Bono offside. Pass was a little bit behind, Bono a little bit slow, and he was already in the zone when he got a skate on it. 2:45 left in the second period. 2-0, St. John's. They scored 2 in the last 6 minutes of the first period. Broken up. Moriello broke it up. Cash over the line, dropped it off. Shot went wide by Moriello. Buriolette knocked it behind the net. Kept in. They dump it in. St. Mary's has to clear the zone. St. Mary's picked it off. They keep it in. Moriello. Penalty coming up. Cash had the puck, looked like he might walk in, but they blew the whistle for the penalty. Moriello got taken down. Kinney will be out there. Kylolet moves up front. They put Bono back at the point with Kinney, Napolitano, and Reddy. They would love to get one here. Kinney was able to keep it in, but couldn't control it. Now they still keep it in. Now they call it offside. It was knocked down and carried in from outside, and there were people already inside. Napolitano looking for the draw. 2 minutes exactly left in the period. Kinney dumps it in. Bullet looking to get it. They tip it out, and it's punched away by Myers. McMullen leaves it for Kinney. Kinney regrouping. Gets it back with a rush over the line. Takes the shot. Dead center. Splain made the save. He blistered it. Splain's not leaving many rebounds. Caught it, held on. We'll have another face-off with 1.5 minutes left in the period. Carpenter comes out, the young freshman. They win the draw, kept in nicely by Kinney. Bono back to Kinney. Napolitano shot, pad save, it's loose in front. Nobody can get a stick on it. St. John's clears it away. Napolitano drilled it, Splain made the save. He left the rebound, but a couple of black shirts in front of the net couldn't get a stick on it. Bono carries it over the line. Back, Kinney, shot, another save by Splain off a tough shot. Bono shot. Splain steered it to the near corner. Back door, it bounced over the stick of Napolitano. Napolitano keeps it in the zone nicely. Nice little shift. Trying to walk in, can't. Dumps it back for Bono. Kinney switches places with Bono. Takes the shot. Glove on it. Splayed. And they're going to call a stick over the shoulder against St. Mary's. They ripped it. Splayed that time left the rebound, but it bounced away far enough that nobody could get anywhere near it. 7 seconds left in the man advantage, 15 seconds left in the period. A scoreless second period. Penalty is up. Teams are back at equal strength. Tipping it ahead. Marabito broken up. The buzzer sounds. The period's over. So we've gone 2/3 of the game. Those 2 goals in the first period in the last 6 minutes by St. John's is the difference. It's St. John's 2, St. Mary's nothing with a period left. He'll drop the puck and we'll be underway in the third and final period of regulation. And I remember my old sidekick who did quite a few games with me, the former coach and very good player, Rick Comfort, used to say to me, the next goal is the most important goal. And it certainly is. They try to get the back on it. The pass a little bit behind Bono, back door, and he had to try and get a backhander off. And he couldn't. A little hop, skip, and a jump. He came in, got pushed a little bit deep. He slid it across right through the crease, and he went airborne over McMullen. And when he did, he moved the net. So they bring the faceoff outside the St. Mary's blue line. I think they moved Scally up to a forward. I don't know if Moriello got, Carpenter carried it in, but Marabito got pushed in. He couldn't get out. I don't know if Moriello, he looked like he got hurt a little bit near the end of the second period. And I don't know if, now he's out there, so that's not the reason. But it looked like they had Scally playing up front. Icing against St. John's. Magliozzi battling. Moriello in the corner, trying to keep it in. Winds up behind the net. Carried in the zone, but then tipped away. Magliozzi trying to get it into the St. John's zone. Coriolet does. Pushed down into the corner. With Coriolet up front, Magliozzi moved back to play defense. Kinney off the stick. Moriello trying to drop it in the zone. St. John's dumps it out. St. Mary's trying to change their lines up. Napolitano winding up. Over the line. Bumped off the play. Reddy gets it back. He gets pressured by Horrigan. Bono keeps it in. St. John skates it out. Wing to Palermo. His shot, Ouellette got a piece of his stick, and the shot went way up over the glass. Everything out of play, way out in the boondocks. The face-off to the left of McMullen. I'm not sure if they called a hand pass. Faceoff's going to come outside the St. Mary's blue line. Palermo against Napolitano. They win the draw, but they knock it all the way back to the far corner. Scally sends it around the other side, looking for Bono. Skated out by Napolitano. Sliding it across to Reddy. Broken up, it's loose. And it's tipped away by St. John's. Bono keeps it in. Slides it across. Napolitano bounced over a stick. Dumping it back, Reddy. Trying to make a play. Bono runs in the official. Long pass, tipped a couple of times. Palermo's going to track it down. Napolitano. Reddy. Tips it ahead. It gets bounced off one of the St. John's defenders and winds up back in their zone. They clear it out. Kinney winds up with it. Off the stick of Ouellette. Shot blocked before it could get to the net. Marabito trying to cut it loose. Kinney tips it away, gets it away. He's got Peterson with him. Pad saved by Splane. He left the rebound, but Carpenter couldn't get to it. Out in front. Shot. It popped loose right in the right face-off circle. Marabito drilled it, and Splane made another great save. He's been the difference in the game, obviously. Marabito again robbed. He's been robbed a couple of times. Shot off the face-off. Splane again makes the save. That might have gone behind the net, but he wanted to make sure. Muriello looking for the draw. Everybody getting tangled up. Skips past. St. Mary's had to clear the zone. Magliozzi picked it off. Bounced off the play. They clear it all the way around the other side. Kinney and Lozer into check. Tip back. Backhander gets blocked, loose. Get tipped over the net. Went off Kinney's stick. High over the net, out in front. Magliozzi blocked. Out in front. Just cleared away. Ouellette was coming in trying to get a piece of it and couldn't. Banging going on. They tip it by Muriello. Couldn't get to it before Splane got to it. And now a little extracurricular activity afterwards. Muriello reached, the puck actually popped loose and he thought it was still alive. He reached for it, but they had already blown the whistle. So now they break up the little confab behind the net. I think they thought Muriello was going after the goaltender. He was going after the puck. They send it around. Scally can't keep it in. St. John's just got there and avoided an icing. Pass picked off. They try to go wing to wing to Bono. They dump it back. Scally looking for it in the corner. They flip it away. St. Mary's comes away with it. Ready over the line. He slipped it by, and they couldn't knock it home. Napolitano knocked it over the net. Icing against St. John's. Great bid by Reddy. He got all the way in, flipped it across. Napolitano was there. He got a little bit of a piece of it and just tipped it too high and went over the net. And St. John's iced it. 9:20 left in the hockey game. St. Mary's trying to battle back and get on the board. Carpenter looking for the draw with Marabito and Cash. Broken up. Wild with it. I don't know if that was a shot or he was throwing it across for Myers. It went wide. Marabito cleared the zone. Kinney gets it to Coriolet. Trying to shoot it to the net. It got blocked. Carpenter's shot. Drilled it on net, and Splain was there to make the save and hold on. He's been outstanding in net, as has McMullen. The 2 goals he got beat on. The first one, very tough. A picture-perfect goal by Palermo. And the second one, he made the save on Fowley, but then the rebound, Fowley just happened to be right there still, and the net was wide open. All he had to do was tip it in. Splain makes the save and holds on. And we're getting a little bit chippy out there. Hurley giving Moser a little hard time. Moser was one of the seniors. Now they're banging sticks and whacking again. Long lead pass. Icing is waved off. Scally gets there and clears it away. Out in front was Ouellette. Kyle Ouellette. Nice pass. They drilled the shot. Agliozzi couldn't get a lot on the shot. It deflected to him, and he tried to knock it home and couldn't. Ouellette hustles and tips it away. Pass to Bono. Trying to give it back to Kinney, threw it behind him. Shot went wide, deflects all the way out to center ice, gets by and winds up in the St. John's end. All the way back, Kinney in there. They dump it out. Bono with it. Clears it back in the zone. St. John's gave it away, but then they get it back. Pass behind Palermo. Ready into check. Bodies go down. Ready shot on net. Splain made another save. He's got a lot of shots on net, but Splain has been outstanding. Carpenter broke it up. Cash got a big time save. Splain got the glove on it and dropped it, but there was nobody there except Cash that took the shot, and he was coming out of the left faceoff circle. A couple of times that Splain has left a rebound, he's been lucky because there's been nobody there to take advantage. They dump it in front. Ouellette picks it off. Cash broken up. Ouellette gets it back. Sends it around the other side looking for Marabito. Broken up. Marabito winding up. Tips it. Carpenter picks it off. Trying to walk in. Early he took it away. He gets dumped in behind the St. Mary's net. Kinney dumps it ahead. Bono with it. Ahead to Reddy. Back to Bono a little bit behind him. Their pass had been just a little bit off. Napolitano looking for it. Tipped by Bono. It got tipped by Bono. Splain made the save. It popped straight up in the air. He was trying to juggle it, and it went over the net. Bono came out, couldn't get the shot off. Kinney keeps it in. And we got a whistle. And I'm not sure what that whistle was for. I didn't see anybody, I don't know if a high stick or getting a hand on the puck. But the faceoff is going to be to the left of Corey Splain. They get by Ouellette. Palermo blocked nicely by Carpenter. He went down and blocked the would-be pass. Kinney winds up with it. The young eighth grader with a rush. Takes it over the line. Still walking in. Trying to stuff it home. Splain held the post. Good bid by the young eighth grader. They dump it out. It bounces away. They try to throw it in front. It got blocked by Ouellette. Tip. Looking for his own rebound. Elias, after he tipped it once, looking to go get it, deflected away. No icing. Bono in. Winds up with it. He gets grabbed. No call. He got hooked and taken down. Well, they let that one go. Wild trying to keep it in. Bounces crazy off the board. Out in front. Tip. Finally knocked away by Bono. Ouellette dumps it out to center ice. They dump it back in. Ahead to Bono. Trying to get the shot off. Can't. Napolitano tipped it in. Reddy looking for it. Gets taken down. Again, no call. Ouellette carries it in. Boy, they're letting them play. They send it right out in front, right by everybody. And it's cleared back to the St. Mary's zone. 2.5 left in the game. Waiting to see when St. Mary's would pull their goaltender. Marabito controls, slides it ahead. We got an offside. He had to reach back and get it, and there were already a couple of people in the zone. 2:06 left. St. Mary's had a terrific season. It's not over. It looks like they're going to be the number 1 seed in Division I North. It'll be St. John's of Shrewsbury going in to the Super 8. But this young Spartan team, McMullen, the goaltender, is a senior. Tommy Cash is a senior. Anthony Bono is a senior. Jason Lozier is a senior. Nico Scali is a senior. And that's it for the people, the players. Colin Reddy, Napolitano, Marabito, Kyle Ouellette, Capola, Carpenter, Moriello was only a freshman. Kinney was only an 8th grader. Very young team. So they're going to have a chance to defend their Division I state championship. And it'll be St. John's of Shrewsbury who will get to play the #1 seed, Central Catholic, in that double elimination tournament. .206 left in the hockey game. Ready, Napolitano and Bono will be the line. Kinney and Kyle Ouellette back at the blue line. Napolitano looking for the draw. They win it. Reddy has it. Shot went through the crease. Nobody could get a piece of it. Bouncing around. St. John's will be content to just keep it in the St. Mary's end if they can. They don't need any more goals. They just want to knock it back in the St. Mary's end. Tipped ahead. Marabito, 6 skaters on the ice for St. Mary's. Nobody in net. Napolitano, Marabito gets by everybody. They'll skate it off. Over the line. Trying to walk in. Tipped from behind by Ouellette. Elias thought he was going to walk in. Now he takes it away and he gets his goal. He was walking in over the blue line looking to throw it in, and just as he did, Ouellette took it away from behind. So Elias, a senior, Palermo, a senior, two of the goal scorers. The other one, Fowley, is a junior. Splain, outstanding in net. He's a senior. They gave an assist to Palermo, who has a goal and assist. Wow, what a hit and a half on Cash. Pile up behind the net. And here we go again. 43 seconds left in this one. It's funny because the first game, it was Pope Francis beating Arlington 3-0. And this one is 3-0 also. Except it was the home team that won the first game. Tough assignment for Arlington because Pope Francis would have made the Super 8 automatically. But because they have a player similar to St. Mary's boys basketball, they have a player who is got an injunction against the MIAA so he can be able to play. They pushed him down to the bottom of the standing. They put him in the Super 8, but they put him at the bottom of the Super 8. They dump it out. Shot. McMullen makes the save and holds on off the shot by Wild. Wild had a couple of assists. Palermo had a goal and assist. Ailes had an assist. Fowley had the other goal. And Splain was immense in net. That's going to do it. The horn's going to sound. Oh, St. Mary's will go to 12-7 at 4. They're out to congratulate Splain as well. They should. He was the difference in the game. St. Mary's put a lot of rubber on the St. John's Shrewsbury's net, but Splain was immense in net. The few times he left rebounds, there was nobody around to get a piece of it. Most of the time, he didn't leave a rebound. So St. John's of Shrewsbury will pick up their 14th win. They're going to go to 14, 6, and 3. They will move on, and I believe they will be number 8 in the Super 8. And although they could be number 7 because Pope Francis would be at the bottom of the bracket. Although I think they do move up to number 7. They're number 8 because they will play Central Catholic, the number 1 seed. So they got 2 goals in the last 6 minutes of the first period. The first one by Palermo, the second one by Farley. Wild assisted on both of them. They had a scoreless second period. All in all, I would say they played virtually even. The last goal was an open net goal by Elias, and Kyle Ouellette almost stopped out when he tipped it away, but they got it back, and Elias was able to knock it into the open net. So it'll be St. John's of Shrewsbury moving on to the Super 8. St. Mary's will move over and be the number 1 seed in Division 1 North, and they'll find out within a couple of days who and when they will play. They might be right back here at Chelmsford. So the final score, St. John's of Shrewsbury in the play-in Super 8 game. They defeat St. Mary's by a score of 3-0. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.